Hey, Coach. So glad you found the video. Couple things. First of all, make sure you subscribe and like. Second thing, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Let me show you how to put a roadmap and become a nationally ranked coach. I've done it for 30 plus years. Let me help you do that over at teachhoops.com. Let's head off to the video.
Okay.
All right, welcome to Coaching
Cool.
Youth Hoops. We
Very
finally
good,
got
Coach.
around to we finally got around to we've been talking to each other for like an hour
Hour
and
and
a
a half.
half.
We're not, and I'd love to say, hey, we're getting better. We're not.
We're not. It's like we almost have to set a time limit before we come on
My
the
wife doesn't
podcast.
believe me anymore when I say, she goes, well, how long are you going to, I told her, I said, we have a podcast to record tonight. She goes, well, how long are you going to be? And I said, well, about 2 hours. And she looks at me like, I'm going to go do my returns. I had to run some errands. I'm
Errands.
like,
I
okay,
know.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll be back later.
You'll leave. All right. Before we jump into the topic, we have something special to share with people, right, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. Coaches, hey, go to coachingyouthhoops.com/clinic. Steve and I want to bring our show to you and a lot more. All right. So we want to offer your youth organization a coaching clinic taught by Steve and I. We're doing a giveaway. You and your organization will get us for 3 hours. We'll do on-court demonstrations, coach your coaches, and there's a lot of other prizes if you don't win them. If you don't win that major prize,
Yeah, what I
the
forgot what the other prizes are. There's a
Dr. Dish
an
Dr. Dish shooting
IC3,
machine,
an
IC3.
IC3. Yep.
Yep. And then we're going to give one lucky coach a full year or full season of the Coaching Youth Hoops practice plans and all the material that comes with that. And who knows,
Yeah.
there might be some more sponsors coming along the
Might
way.
be
So
and
stay
might be
tuned.
some discounts too or something. You never know. Yeah, something for the special people to sign up. All right. So we're talking game management. We're talking end of game management today, right? What's the topic?
Yeah, we're talking end of game management. This was a question asked by Coach Ian Gruber in our Facebook group. Shout out to Coach Ian. He's one of our active members in the Facebook group, longtime coach, always has great advice. And here he is seeking advice on looking for techniques and drills to help train his kids on running out the clock.
So this is not a shot clock discussion, correct?
Not a shot clock discussion. I believe he's got a youth team, so yeah.
And
Yeah,
what
no shot clock
and did he
discussion.
mean? So give me a synopsis. Down up 5 with 30
Oh, yeah.
seconds, up 10 with 2 minutes. I mean, they're all a little different. What's your thought? What do you think he was getting at?
So I can read the exact question. It's if I had
Okay.
several close games where we were ahead and kids were still rushing shots and
Mm,
effectively making turnovers, right? We've
yep.
all been there with low
Yep.
quality shots, He's added some end of practice scenarios, very smart, where
Yep.
they go like up 5 points and sets a 2-minute clock. Both teams in the bonus, etc. He ended up with one tie off a circus shot, as he calls it, and a missed free throw, and one win. And he said he messed up the last game and said to hold the ball, so they held the ball instead of saying dribble out the clock. So he's looking for effective drills and exercises.
So I think that's good. So I think you gotta simplify it for the play. This is what I do, even with my guys who are pretty high
Yeah.
level. I have the red light, green light, yellow light
Oh,
thing.
that's right. I forgot you got that.
And red
Yeah.
light means that I will find
Uh,
out where you live. I will come and find you, and it will not be good for you. If it's so, red light means, and so we practice what a red light is. Red light is passing, dribbling, keep playing, keep
mm,
away, waiting to get fouled. Okay. Then then I say yellow is you are going to make this shot. Okay. If not, I'm going to take your dog home. with me or something like that. I usually make it something extreme, but it's that layup. It's the shot that you know you're going to make. So usually I say for me, and I usually give a demonstration. I said usually for me, it's like an uncontested layup. You will sometimes miss those. I had a player miss one this year. Should have made it. We would have beat the 7th ranked team in the state. He missed it. Would I have him shoot it again? Yeah. He was a lefty. He was on the right side. He missed it.
Yeah.
Okay, we lost, but I would have him shoot it a billion times again. But that was a yellow shot. I have no problem with that shot. Because he's gonna make it 99.9% of the time. This game he just happened to miss it. And then we have red where you can't shoot. There's like or green is any good shot that you have inside of our offense. So red is no shot. Yellow is a shot you're going to make 99.7%, and green is go.
And you're calling this out.
And I'm calling this out. I'm holding up a piece of paper. Yes, or calling it out.
Yeah.
Because I think the problem is like they they say hold the ball. They think you literally mean hold the ball.
Hold
It's
the
like
ball. Right. Yeah,
depending on the age level. So and to be honest, you really have to practice end of game stuff. You have to practice that feeling of it's hard to hold the. It's hard. First of all, it's hard. They need to play defense. So they know how hard it is to play defense when people are just passing the ball around.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if you have to play defense in that, and you're trying to trap, and you're trying to turn somebody over for 30 seconds. So I want them to experience the offensive part of that, but just as much I want them to experience the defensive part of it. Because they'll find like, holy crud, if I could just keep passing this ball around, these guys are going to be out of gas. So that would be my bit of advice with it. Hey,
well,
before you jump into your thing, let's give a big shout out to our sponsor.
Yeah, Game Changer, right? Right here on the
Yes.
t-shirt. You can see if you're watching this live or watching it, watching the video option on YouTube. Yeah, Game Changer. We love Game Changer. So Game Changer coaches, just go download it. If you're looking for a tool to generate stats, do live video breakdown for you, go check it out at gc.com/coaching youth hoops. Again, gc.com/coaching youth hoops. I use it for all my youth teams. My players they're looking at film because they can see that it's all broken down by player. I mean, it's absolutely amazing, and it's not complicated at all. So
and
again,
grandma
gc.com.
and grandma in Wyoming can watch it. That's what I always say, right?
You know what I discovered? I have to share this. I did. I had a couple players that weren't at the game, and the parents and them watched their teammates play.
That's
I was really
awesome.
surprised at that. And not just one, it was 3 or 4 last weekend we they were watching the game. They couldn't be there, and they were watching their teammates play. So it's also for your team, not just grandma in Wyoming.
Yes.
gc.com/coaching youth hoops. Go check it out.
Go check it out. It's a great way. Go over and click it on. Let Game Changer know you heard it from us. Coach Bill and Coach Steve. Even though we talked for 6 hours before we get on the podcast. All right. So what's your feeling on this, Coach?
Yeah. So literally ran into this scenario yesterday. We were short players in a tournament. I had five players for 2 games that were back to back.
Oh.
Well, the first one, Coach, I had 4 players.
Did you have to borrow a player from a different team?
No, dude, we won. I had the right 4 players.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other team was okay playing against 4? They didn't have a choice.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, and you can play with 4 in this particular tournament. So,
okay.
Well, we'll save that discussion for another day. I was so proud of them. But in the second game of that tournament, so we were in the championship round. My girls were gassed. We had back-to-back games, right? And first game we had 4, and the next game we had 5. And I saw this, and I said, okay, we have this thing we just call it hot potato. And there's 3 girls up on the top of the key, and they're literally just passing it back and forth.
Okay.
And and we ran out the clock doing that. What we would do is we work on cuts off of it as well. So if they're going to start the double team, that's the trigger that you cut and go to the basket, because the middle's going to be wide.
Wide
Middle is going to be
open.
typically wide open. The other two girls are way back, sitting just in the corners.
Okay.
And then we'll rotate them in and out if needed, and somebody will move, and just to create some action off of that. Yeah, we had to use that when we ran out the clock. I did it twice in the last 5 minutes of the game. So the first, when I called it out, it was 5 minutes left in the game. We were going back and forth, back and forth. I think we wasted 2 minutes and we scored an easy layup. Like you said, it
And
was a
that's
green
just
light shot
that
right
just
underneath.
demoralizes. That's
Yeah,
just
right
demoralizing.
underneath the basket.
Yeah.
Then the second time, we came down the court, did it again, and got another shot off with like 30 seconds left on the clock. Now, why didn't we run it out? They're kids, and they were literally like got a pass right underneath the basket, and all she had to do is grab it and go up with it, and
Right.
which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
But we also, the funny thing about that, so simple, stupid. I came up with it in a game. We ran into a 1-2-2, 1-2-2 trapping half court zone.
Mm-hmm.
And we've never practiced against it. And I said, okay, what are we going to do? So I said, well, stand here, pass back and forth, because that top person, all they were trying to do is like trap the ball and push to one side. Let's
Yep.
keep her running. If they're going to run a 1-2-2 in grade school, then I'm just going to wear that girl out. So literally wore that girl out, going back and forth, got a layup off a 1-2-2. Because what happens, what do you think coaches are saying on the other end?
Play.
Go get the ball. Go get the ball. Oh, yeah, parents are yelling. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But the other coaches says, go trap the ball, go trap the
Trap the
ball. And as
ball.
soon as they trap, boom. So I use that I know we're talking end of game scenarios. I use that sometimes as my zone offense, because I know kids aren't patient, and the
Yes.
coach on the other side is
Especially at
not
the youth
patient.
level. I know.
Yeah, and
Especially
they're
at the
just going to
youth
say, go
level.
trap the ball. They trap the ball.
Trap. I know.
And then we get a layup off of it. Anyway,
Love
so
that.
yeah, so that's super simple. We just call it hot potato, and they're just literally passing back and forth. Now, obviously, what you got to, the coach is yelling, get in the passing lanes, the defense, right? So you just got to be careful that you're doing good passes, and if you taught your kids how to pass.
Well, and I think
the
takeaway for this coach is you gotta practice what you want. I mean, you gotta get used to it, and it's hard
That's
sometimes
right.
when you don't have 10
Yeah.
kids at practice. Sometimes at the youth level,
Yeah.
it can be difficult to. So you can do this. You can shrink the court and do it in smaller numbers too. I've had to do that before.
Yeah.
You just can't go past the top of the key, and then it's 4-on-4 or whatever it is. To kind of just they got to get used to both the offense and the defensive part of it, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And that's exactly right. So it's just, but practice, but again, we're making some assumptions. There's no shot clock, right? Maybe this is kind of summer ball, but even if
We're
it's
hoping.
not, doesn't matter, right? We're just assuming there's no shot clock on this discussion.
Okay, anything else, Coach?
That's it. Good
All
luck
right.
out there.
All right, till next week.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like before you leave. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.